Hi, this is Eric at the Starting Block. We're going to talk a little bit about what the differences between the different GPS units are out there and which one you might be interested in getting. So we have Garmin and Timex and Polar products. The Garmin is what tends to sell the best. The first unit we're going to look at is the FR60. Garmin FR60 is one of the newest units out there. It's very attractive right now because it is small, has a very small wristwatch. It's a lot smaller than their other units. It's not GPS, so it relies on a foot pod. Now the foot pod is extremely accurate. It uses a accelerometer, which is NASA technology, to calculate the distance it just traveled, and it wirelessly transmits it to the watch. So you never have to recharge this unit. That's why they can be so small. That's why it can be waterproof, and that's why you never have to recharge it. So you get distance, pace, speed, all the great stuff you want for $200. Now if you don't want the foot pod, you can get just the plain watch for $99 with the heart rate strap. So this is the best deal out there. If you look at the side of the box, we can see the accessories that come with it. There's a heart rate strap on the bottom, there's the foot pod in the middle, and on top there's a USB stick that if you have that plugged into your computer, you finish a run, and you get within about 15 feet of your computer, this unit wirelessly transmits the workout to your computer, so you can look at a summary of what you just did, upload it to Garmin Connect, which is their online training program that kind of tracks all your workouts. Very cool. This is one of the most popular units out there. The next step up is going to be the FR110. We'll cross that FR60 off our list. FR110 is also extremely popular right now. You notice that it is definitely not the size of the biggest units out there, but it's definitely a step up from the FR60. So this is the most basic GPS unit out there. You can see it's, like I said, it's bigger than a regular watch, but it's fairly small compared to what we've been seeing with the previous units, the 305 and the 205 and stuff and such. This unit is bare bones. So for $200 you get GPS, but all you get is GPS, distance, and time and pace. You don't get the fancy stuff like virtual training partner, being able to set up workouts and do intervals and all that stuff. If you want to get the interval function, the ability to use a foot pod, then you have to bump up to the Forerunner 210. So we're going to add about $100 to that. So you go from $200 for this unit, if you don't really care about intervals, to if you want intervals and kind of the advanced functions, the 210 is about $300. With heart rate, you're going to add $50. So it's $250 with heart rate for this unit. So these two units are the cheapest that you can get that are the new Garmin products, where you can actually get distance and time and speed and pace. And so you're looking at kind of the cheapest options here. The 110 is $250 with heart rate, $200 without, and the FR60 is $200 with heart rate and distance. The next one on the list is going to be the FR410. So the 410 is where you get all the bells and whistles. This is very similar unit to the 110. It's a bit thicker, so it's a little bit bigger. You do use the face of the screen as a bezel to do some of the functions, scrolling through menus and such. You get the ability to have a virtual partner. You can program workouts. You can do a mapping function where if you go out and you take a bunch of turns, you can say I want to go home, and it'll tell you when to turn on the way back. So this is all the stuff you need. Now this one is $375, and that comes with heart rate. You can see our little accessory thing on the side. We get the heart rate, we get the wireless transmission, and you get spare wrist straps. So if you have a smaller wrist, or if you don't like the regular rubber strap, you can use these fabric straps. I should go back and say that the FR110 and 210 you cannot use. You do not have the option of using a wireless USB stick. And so it only uses like an alligator clip, the same one it uses to charge. You can see the little charging connectors there. That's the only way you can download the workouts to your computer. For some people, that's a big deal. And then the fanciest, let's click that off our list. The fanciest unit you have out there in the Garmin realm right now is called the 310 XT. You can see I have this actually connected to my bike. I bought a $15, $20 adapter, which allows me to easily connect it to my bike, or go to a wrist mount and then connect it back to that too. So with this unit, this is the best of anything Garmin has to offer. It has all the features that the 410 has, plus it is waterproof and has multi-sport mode, so you can do this is the ideal for doing a triathlon and tracking all your distance. So this one you're looking at $399 with heart rate, $350 without. Be remiss if I didn't mention that Garmin also has a cycling unit called the Edge 500, and here it is here, the Edge 500. It's bigger, but that doesn't really matter on a bicycle. It's compatible with power meters, so if you have a power tap or an SRM, anything wireless, it'll pick up the signal, get barometric pressure, temperature, altitude, all the stuff you would expect with a high-end cycling computer. And this one is $350. You get it with heart rate, and you get a speed cadence sensor in the unit as well. So that's pretty much all the stuff you need with this one. And then finally, Timex does have a GPS product out there, and this is it. It is a gargantuan product. It's pretty heavy on the wrist, but it's fairly user-friendly. The feedback we've had so far from our staff and from people who have purchased it, looks like it's out of battery, is that it's a little bit easier to use out of the box than the Garmin, despite it is a little bit heavier. You can customize the screens. Some of the screens, if you have too much information, it's just really too small. This is waterproof, and you're looking at a better value. I believe we're looking at $300 without heart rate and $350 with heart rate. So that's it. Those are some of your different options out there right now. And if you have questions, come on in, talk to the starting block, and we'll talk to you about anything you'd like to talk about. Thanks.